I would need some sufficient reason to believe that to be the case.
Wait, what? Repeat what you just said.
Yeah, so if we have like a logical conclusion, like let's say we work under like theoretical or hypotheses, that doesn't correlate that this can be possible. That's not going to be sufficient enough reason under like reasoning in and of itself to correlate for it to be possible.
Are we working on our hypotheses?
A hypothesis to what? Like a made up concept?
You said we're working on our hypotheses, so I'm just asking, are we talking about hypotheses?
Yeah, but so when it
Oh,
comes to
really?
hypotheses, would you agree that just because I have a logical like argument that somehow this is going to make things like come into a physical existence?
I don't think it's a logical argument to say it's impossible, but yet there's no contradiction.
No, I would just say I'm not convinced or I don't even know what it means for it to be possible without a sufficient reason for it to be possible.
That there's no contradiction. In a possible world, it can exist.
Anything when it comes to reasoning within philosophy, they just correlate sufficient reasoning, so there has to be some degree of justification
No,
for it to
there.
be. Yeah, nothing within any kind of reasoning on a philosophical level does it state that in absent of a contradiction, then therefore any claim you're making is going to be something that is just going to be default true. This was actually going to be an argument from arrogance. I can definitely look this up for you. Like, this is
Argument from
incoherent.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Just to say, you said that everyone uses a PSR, right? In philosophy.
Wait,
And
everyone? No, not
yeah.
everyone uses a PSR. I'm saying it's common practice within sufficient reasoning.
Well, you
So,
said everyone in philosophy uses sufficient reasoning, right?
so when it comes to philosophy, it's a wide common practice within claims and burden of proof to have sufficient conditions or reasoning behind a claim or proposition that you make. So we could look at like a PSR, for example, which is going to verify this point
Hold
to be
on.
true.
The reasoning could just be there's no contradiction.
That's not going to be sufficient enough to say that this is that.
Why
So
it's not
yeah, hold
sufficient
on.
enough for you?
Yeah, because Landon, if I have like I don't know, premise 1, there is a horse, okay?
Okay.
Premise 2, this horse has a horn, okay? Therefore, the conclusion is this is a unicorn. Do unicorns exist now because a horse has a horn?
What?
So, was there a contradiction?
I don't even think that's valid.
Let's just say, like, not getting into validity. Within the structures, there a contradiction. We're talking about theoretical, so it's not about validity here. We already threw that out the window.
Yeah, I hold the belief that unicorns can't possibly exist.
Okay, so they can possibly exist. What's your evidence for where they can possibly exist?
There's no contradiction in saying unicorns can possibly
That's just
exist.
circular. I asked you why, and you just gave the same premises. Why is that the case?
Why is there no contradiction? Yeah, because
No. Why? Hold on. Why, without an absent of a contradiction, does that mean something to be true?
That's what we're talking about in metaphysical possibility and modal logic.
No, I'm talking about physically true.
Oh, so really, what's possible is what is true. That's what you're saying, right?
No, so an absent of a contradiction when it comes to a claim and what we're talking about a claim is this can exist, 1, metaphysically, or 2, even within the argument of the disembodied souls. Okay, so how disembodied souls can exist without, I think he said a mind. I can't remember. This was like a week ago.
He didn't say without a mind.
No,
He was saying soul to be a mind. He's saying disembodied soul as in without the brain or the body.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the proof that souls exist?
Wait, that was never the claim.
Claim. He didn't claim. He said it was possible.
Yeah.
The claim was
the proof.
that it seems to be disembodied minds or disembodied souls could exist.
I've never been haunted by one.
Yeah, I'm not convinced this even exists.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I never
so
said
Yeah,
that.
and
I made a
remember,
claim.
that's a good that's a good
Wait, hold
debate
on.
stance.
Hold on.
If you haven't been haunted by one, you can say they don't exist.
Hannah, just wait,
You
please.
don't know what you're talking
So,
about.
And
Yeah,
hold on,
the
I want to
claim-
be
the claim-
clear with you.
Scooter,
Yeah, I
hold
want to
on.
be clear with you though. So
Scooter, hold the fuck on. The claim wasn't that they do exist. The claim was it seems to be that they could possibly exist.
It was a possibility.
Okay, so that's gonna be that. Let me unmute you now, because you obviously don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Okay. This is a huge deflection. I'm sorry I shit on you yesterday, but yeah, I understand the claim.
It's not a
that it
deflection.
can
Never
possibly-
shit
Wait a
on
second,
me.
Scooter.
I'm
How
sorry,
come we
but
all remember it
I'm
one way
sorry,
and
but
you're
I thought I
remembering
was
it another?
talking. Is this just going to be a dog pile and
I
back
don't
up
give a shit if you
Flurple?
were
Because
talking.
can Flurple not defend his own stance? He proved it a week ago when seven fucking people hopped in and
we were
debated
all
me.
in it. We were all
Wait, hold
I
on.
am convinced
for
Flurple
half
cannot
the
defend
night.
his own
Wait,
stance.
Scooter.
This
When
happens.
people, hold on,
This
Scooter,
happens
stop
every
right now.
time. This happens every time.
Scooter, all you do is talk.
No, I was talking and you guys
Hold on,
interrupted.
Scooter. You said 7
'Cause it's
people
gibberish.
dogpiled on you. That's
Oh, they
not
did.
true. We
It is.
talked up to help you understand what it means or what Flurple meant by possibility. Y'all were using 2 different modal terms.
Yeah, sure. And under my modal term, if I don't have some sufficient reason for the possibility,
Wait, he made
and
the claim though,
you
so you have
just,
to use his modal
yeah.
term.
Wait,
You
no, I
have to use
don't.
his modality. Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I can provide a counter argument under my modal term to say, in lack of
Okay,
sufficient
hold
reasoning,
on.
I don't even believe this exists.
Flurple,
Nobody said it does exist.
Flurple, don't use the word possibility, just use metaphysically possibility or metaphysical possibility. There.
Yeah, so yeah, disembodied souls, minds, metaphysically could metaphysically possibly exist.
Okay, I'll take that as a revision within the stance now, and a concession on that. So, okay, now we're
If that's
talking
not
about
a
metaphysically.
Coach,
Yeah, that's a revision within the stance.
Yeah, that's
That's
not a concession.
That's a clear revision within the stance. Here, we'll look up what revision means within philosophy.
I said it's not a
Can't even spell it.
concession, dumbass.
It's a revision within the stance. So
Yeah, I agree. It's a revision. It's not a concession.
that changes your original claim, correct?
No, that when he was using the
No.
word possibility or possible, he was
It just
using it in a
clarifies for
metaphysical
your
sense.
dumbass.
Sure. So I'll just have a revision within my stance because like revisions are okay. So not enough sufficient reasoning to suggest that even the possibility of this happening does exist. So
You mean probability?
yeah, not enough sufficient reasoning, even so under the degree of a probability that this can exist. And what's your sufficient reasoning to how this is the case? Or a possibility of this being the case?
Well, I would say it's metaphysically possible as there's no contradiction to it.
That's just circular. That was your original premise.
How's that circular?
Yeah, because you already stated that metaphysically this can be possible for embodied souls to possibly exist. And then I asked why, and I'm not convinced, and you just gave me a restate of your original claim.
Look at the picture that I just put in the chat.
What chat?
In this chat. In the voice call chat. Look in the voice call chat.
Yo,
and look at the picture I just.
I
not
see.
Rocky dropping the selfie.
Okay,
I see
it's
hair.
not a
and
selfie. It's not a
maybe a
selfie.
maybe a dildo. I don't know. What am I looking at?
I want you to open the picture, right? And tell me
Sure.
what you see.
Yeah, see somebody's hair and
wait, I
selfie
had
in
Roxy
the
muted. I was
hallway.
like, what are you talking about? Sorry, I had Roxy
Yeah,
muted.
I see the hair and then the person in the other side of
Okay,
the
so
doorway.
that's not a person.
I don't know what that is.
So that was someone that was talking to somebody on the phone, and the person wanted a picture. And
I know him.
the person was home alone. And this person has the ability to see spirits. And so she took the picture, and the person she was talking to on the phone said, "I thought you said you were home alone." She said, "I am." She says, "Well, then who's behind you?" So in the absence of what you're talking about, there are spirits that are around us. So what's the residue? What's left? How are we to prove one way or the other whether there are souls or aren't, or spirits or aren't?
Wait. Hold on, Scooter. Scroll down to answer and reason. Nope.
Well, you cannot cherry.
You're running away.
Wait, no, I'm not. I've cited the study.
Go back.
I'm explaining to you.
Scooter,
Hold on.
Scooter, go back or you're running.
Yeah,
Scooter,
I'm
back or
on
you're
there.
running right now.
I'm on there. Am I
No,
not?
you're not. Nope, that's not what you're on. Go to metaphysic possibility without, and then go to answers and reason. Hold on, stop.
Oh, you're looking at this, correct?
Nope.
Where
I
do you
don't want that. Go to answer and reason right there and hold on. It says logic is grounding of everything, and we check the structure. If there are no contradictory statements, it is logically possible.
This is answers and reasoning. So we could take a look at it. I mean, after the revision happened, I looked this up. And this is the website that you wanted me to look at. This is nothing intellectual. Look,
Wait,
I clicked on what you were reading.
wait, hold on. Okay, we could pull up something else about logical and
Landon. Now you're just embarrassing yourself and saying I'm
how?
Because I literally looked up meta-ethical possibility here, and then when you read something, because you're like, oh, this fits our belief, I click on the link you were reading, and then you give me this. While I was giving you this, which is a structured, and then when you read something that you think, fits your narrative.
Wait, hold on.
It pulls up to this, bro.
Hold on. I can pull up a website that's better than that one, and it'll still say the same thing. I could actually pull it.
Is this where you get your philosophy? Landon, is this where you get your philosophy?
No, I could pull up the Stanford's encyclopedia.
Sure, we could talk about meta-ethical claims when it comes to probabilities.
What just happened?
We'll look at the Phil papers.
Wow, you people got written shit on this stuff?
Oh yeah, there's like a Phil paper, so you could look up like a lot of philosophical concepts.
Seriously?
A whole bunch of shit. It's a whole database.
Wow. Is everybody reading? Is that why is it so quiet?
And even so, within my epistemology, we could read about like the argument of metaphysics that you wanted to revise to. Pretty much, what it's saying is if there's a phenomenon of F, then there's going to be a complete etymological explanation of our reasonings.
You haven't even read that paper.
No, I'm saying a summary, and I'm saying, yeah, this is going to fit my view on the meta-ethical argument when it comes to the debate of metaphysical discussions. So I don't know why you're confused. Do you want me to go back to your study on
that's not my. Hold on, I never claimed that's my study. I just said
you saw the first thing that you wanted to fix it on.
Hold on, because it's common knowledge that if something is logically possible, there's no contradiction. And
even so,
so you have to prove the contradiction to say it's impossible.
Landon, when it comes to the degree of probability, I can deny and say I'm not convinced that the degree of probability even exists. I don't even know what that means. That's
I don't know what you mean right now.
Yes.
Flurple's not saying that disembodied souls do exist in this world. He's just saying it can exist in a possible world. Is there any contention with that? If no, then you agree with him. I mean, that's just it.
Yeah, and I'm saying I'm unconvinced if it's even metaphysically possible
so then you have
to exist in a different world. No, I'm saying I don't believe. No, that's not epistemic justification for a belief, Landon.
Wait,
explain this
Scooter,
to you.
Hold on, Scooter. Are you saying you're agnostic to the claim?
No, I'm saying that there's not enough.
That's going to be a revision from you saying it's impossible for them to exist.
Yeah, I never said.
Okay, so it's a revision.
Here we go. I engage with Landon, someone else hops in. I've never claimed to be a Gnostic on the claim. Stop putting words in my mouth.
It's impossible.
You guys do this all the time. That's not what I said. I said I don't even know what it means for it to be possible. Yeah.
No, you said your claim was that it was impossible.
Yeah, we explained there's no contradiction. That's what it means.
I don't know what it means for something. No, I don't know what it means for something to possibly exist in an outside world.
Oh, so you don't understand what possible worlds are? I mean, we can go on the logic talk.
Yeah, convince it. Yes, that's what I've been asking the whole time. How could this be the case? Please give me the argument.
Yes, because there's no contradiction.
Sure, that's just circular. So
How
once
is it
again,
circular?
yeah, because your premise is okay. Let's put this in a syllogism for Landon because here's his studies. So we'll put this in like a syllogism format. So the argument is, metaethically speaking, that there can be a possibility for embodied souls to exist. Well, when we go down to the reasoning, the reasoning is because logically, hold on, the reasoning is I'm putting it in propositional form. So, anyways, the reasoning is, in absent of a contradiction, then therefore this can possibly exist. Well, why is that the case? Well, because without a contradiction, then therefore it can possibly exist. This is a non-argument. So therefore, hold on. Therefore, Landon, under that basis,
that's not
no. That's going to be the propositional conclusion from the premises. This is circular reasoning.
Wait,
Would you agree?
This is a straw man right now.
No, it's not.
You just gave me our argument.
Here, we'll look it up so everyone can verify what I'm saying to be true.
Right, we can verify the argument that you just straw man.
That's not a straw man.
It's not? Okay, well, you said you're going to give a syllogism. 1, you didn't give a syllogism, and 2, you just made up random words. 3, I don't even think that it's valid. Oh, wait, Scooter, what's the inference rule that you just gave?
An inference rule to what?
To the argument you just gave.
Well, what I meant by putting it in like a syllogism format, I just meant a propositional
so you don't know the inference rule. Okay, so you don't even know if it's valid.
I'm just telling you propositionally it has circular reasoning. And I'm clarifying
I can think of a syllogism right now.
And this is what you do. You can actually never get into the content of a debate. You just fixate on words. Yeah. I explained to you what I mean by propositional circular reasoning, and you're not continuing. You're just like, oh, you said this. No, I'm clarifying what I meant. I put it in a propositional.
Okay. And then
you interrupting me.
I can give you a syllogism. Do you want a syllogism?
I want a concession that was
hold on what?
Hold on. I want a concession that was circular reasoning within propositional.
I wasn't paying attention to the.
I want to be clear. Were you not engaging in?
You gave.
I want to be clear. Was that circular reasoning or not? Or do I need to verify and prove this to be true? No, it wasn't circular reasoning.
No.
Okay, so we'll look up circular reasoning by definition.
No, you have to show what was circular.
Yeah, I already explained it to you. So propositionally, we had a proposition and a claim. And the claim was stated metaphysically that it can be possible for embodied souls to exist. I asked, well, why is this the case? Or how is this the case? Because you're making a claim and absent of a contradiction, then therefore this can be possible. I said, okay, well, why does it mean in absent of a contradiction that something can be possible? And then your argument, once again, goes to a proposition, because there's no contradiction. So this is 100% circular, Landon. Do we need to go down circular reasoning?
Wait, hold on. Can you write that out in syllogism form?
Hold on, do you disagree with the propositional circular reasoning or no?
Wait, no, hold on. Can you write that in syllogism form?
It's your argument, so you can form your argument in a syllogism. Yeah. Hold on, Landon. If I give you an argument, you have no burden to create an argument in a syllogism form for me. You're being incoherent.
I don't have to. You said you're going to give a syllogism, and then you just
Landon, I clarified what I meant when it came to circular reasoning and propositional form, that you are logically being fallacious. Now, what you're asking me is to put your own argument in a fucking syllogism.
Put the argument you think my argument is in syllogism form, like you said you would.
Put your argument in a syllogism form, and I'll give you a revision and counter argument to your syllogism. Are you incoherent? Are you philosophy fucking innate? Dude, if I have an argument, you do not have to create a proposition. You don't have to create a syllogism for my own argument.
You're going to put it in a syllogism. Yes or no?
Landon, when you give
did you say you're going to put it in?
I said what I meant.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
See, this is what he does, is fixate on words.
It's a yes or no question.
So what I said was, I'm going to explain to you how it's circular reasoning. So I gave you the propositional
what you said was, I'm going to put it in a syllogism, and then when I ask you for the inference rule, 1, you don't know the inference rule. 2, you don't even know if it's valid. 3,
so
you didn't
Landon,
even put it in a syllogism.
Landon, so do you agree that your reasoning was circular, or are you here to fixate on words?
No.
Okay, it's not circular.
Souls can be disembodied, and that they can.
Yeah, so Landon, can you define? Can you define circular reasoning for me?
Yeah, A to B, or A entails B, B entails A, therefore B.
Okay, perfect. And okay, so
You're
you're
saying
A.
perfect like you knew that.
Yeah, so Landon, yeah, so A, okay, is under metaphysics, then therefore, okay, that embodied souls, okay, can possibly exist. That's A. Now from A, we'll walk it very slowly for you, okay? So from A to B, B is it can exist metaphysically, okay? Because there's no contradiction. Then we go from B to what, Landon? Back to what?
C. We go to C.
So C now, okay.
Therefore they're
So C,
metaphysically
when I
possible.
asked you, well, why is it the case, in absent of a contradiction, that metaphysically this can be possible in an outside world? What did you say C was? You said C was A. And C being,
conclusion.
yeah.
Therefore,
Yeah, you said C was A, okay,
I
so
didn't say
C,
that.
yeah, you said C, okay.
Wait, hold on, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you said C is because
Wait,
it's
yeah, I didn't say
metaphysically
that.
possible.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, Scoot. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Your C was
I didn't.
literally. Okay,
Wait,
sure,
hold on.
Landon, let's define C. So why, without a logical
C, gonna be
contradiction?
the conclusion.
Yeah, so once again, B, okay? So without a logical contradiction, how is it possible for embodied souls to exist? Let's
Wait,
get to
hold
C.
on. Hold on. I got a question, Scooter. Maybe this is like
A
where
question
the
with a
confusion is
question?
coming. Wait,
Here,
no, hold
we're
on. I'm
on
trying
B.
to clarify, and I guess you
Sure.
don't want to clarify then?
Sure, go ahead and
All
clarify.
right, I'm gonna write out a syllogism, and you're going to tell me if it's circular or not, okay?
Sure.
I can't hear.
Landon, are you doing syllogisms? What's your inference?
All right. Is that circular?
Hold on. Your syllogism there. So I took philosophy class in high school.
Yeah, and
so you're just giving a modus ponens argument.
Right. Is that circular?
Modus ponens is not going to be circular, I would say. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for the concession.
Yeah, but once again, we already went down and you kind of deflected. So sure, that argument's not circular, but we're defining what it means to be C. So great deflection. So when it comes to C, okay, when I asked you B, which B is just going to be...
Wait, hold on. I mean, I can just
can
give
you
an
stop?
argument. If souls exist, they are non-physical entities that transcend the...
Can you write this in a
material
syllogism? Can you write this in a syllogism form?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do
That
you
way
want
we
me
can
to write it
actually...
out, or do you want me to say it?
You could type it out so we could critique it. You could get premise 1, premise
okay.
2, and a conclusion.
Okay.
And I'm still unconvinced, even if this to be the case, that because something metaphysically has no contradiction, that somehow this can be possible. I don't even know what that would mean. Still waiting for the justification. For that comment, no, he's pretty much just saying, like, if A, then B, B is C, therefore C is A. Which is circular. The conclusion is literally the first premise, with what he said within circular reasoning.
Yeah, I understand that because, again, if A is
Well,
B,
yeah, that's
B
not
is
what I'm
C, A
saying.
is C.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
like A
That's
is
what it
B,
sounds like.
yeah, so like
that's
Landon
what
said
I
it.
sounded like, or that's what Scooter said?
No,
Because Scooter made
no.
up his own argument.
That's what your argument sounds like.
Wait,
Yeah, it
hold
does.
on. Okay, hold on, Shars. Can you say that the argument I just gave in the VC chat, is that circular?
Hold on, let me look.
That's a modus ponens. So that's just if P then Q, P then Q, therefore Q, which is fundamentally different.
Right, yeah, and that's Flurple's argument he gave.
No, it's not, Landon. Landon, no, because when it comes to two premises and a conclusion, you have 3 different variables. You don't have just P and Q, P therefore Q. No, that's not even going to follow under a modus ponens argument, because there's going to be...
Hold on.
Hold on, I'm going to explain to you.
This isn't modus ponens?
No, I'm not saying that. I already said, okay, that this is not going to follow from if P then Q, P therefore Q. That's not the claim being made.
Is the argument I gave modus ponens?
I think we agree to that, correct?
Okay, so then you agree it's not circular reasoning. Thanks for the
Modus
concession.
ponens. No, what I can say, and you're not even tracking. He's
What?
bringing in these
Thanks
other.
for the concession, Scooter.
That's not a
You said it's not
concession.
circular reasoning.
No, modus ponens is not circular reasoning.
Okay,
We've
and
already
then the
said
argument
that.
I gave is not circular reasoning.
No, I'm saying the argument
argument is not circular reasoning.
that
Thanks for the concession.
doesn't qualify, Landon. Are you okay?
Are you? You said it's circular reasoning.
Landon, we
Is
were
the argument
talking.
circular reasoning.
Landon, that's not the argument under what flurple gave. Listen, okay? Like, fucking listen. So we were talking about an argument of circular reasoning to where we had 3 different variables, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much stated under the 3 variables, okay? So
I stated, okay, can you please elaborate what I stated?
Yeah, sure. You said if we have A, then we have B, B is C. Yeah, B is C. Therefore, what's going to be the follow after that, Landon? Under circular. Yeah, under the circular, C is going to be A. Yes, that's what
but my argument wasn't circular.
Yes. So when we were talking about circular reasoning, and then you brought in modus ponens with 2 different variables, these are 2 fundamentally different things.
I gave you an argument. I gave you my argument, or flurple's argument.
So
where
Landon,
it shows it's not circular reasoning.
No, we'll run it back, okay? We'll run back the argument a little bit slower for you.
Yeah, we can run it back. How is this argument circular reasoning?
Yeah, I'll explain to you. So we'll go down each of the premises again.
Explain how modus ponens is circular reasoning? That's crazy.
It's not a modus ponens argument unless you want like a second revision.
Hold on. Tupac, you're here, right?
Landon,
I'm gonna tag you, and then you're going to tell me if this is circular reasoning.
Landon, so do you want another revision within the stance to formulate it in a modus ponens argument?
To come listen to this.
So, Landon, yeah, so do you want another revision to revise the past argument in a modus ponens form?
Do I want you to revise your argument? I don't care.
No, that's not what I said. I don't think you're tracking. Do you want me to restate myself?
Are you saying I'm adding a revision?
No, I said, do you want another revision within flurple stance to formulate it in a modus ponens format?
His stance was modus ponens.
Now you're making a false claim on the stance.
What was the stance?
Yeah, sure. So when I asked you directly, because you're defending it and not him, so what I asked you directly was, when it comes to the degree of probability within metaphysical claims, you're making a claim, well, without a contradiction, then therefore this can exist. I don't even know what you mean by exist without some degree of sufficient reasoning for this to actually exist. So the counter argument is I'm not convinced that this can't even be possible, even if there's going to be a logical conclusion, okay? And what I mean by existence, we might have 2 different terms, is what I mean by existence, I talk about physically exist, or something that can be comprehended to actually exist, or some degree, and hold on, or some 5 seconds, or some degree of epistemic justification for this actually to exist. I'm unconvinced, and without sufficient reasoning, I'm unconvinced that it can possibly exist.
Okay,
so I don't get your confusion.
Yeah, when we're using existence in this sense, we're using comprehended, right? Like you said, just like you said.
Comprehended? I don't know if I would use that term.
You said that.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't even know what it means, yeah.
Wait, no, you said...
That's what I said.
Repeat your definitions of existence again, and I'll point it out.
Yeah, I just mean in the modal context.
You gave 3.
So, I just mean in the modal context.
Scooter, what's your first one?
I was literally giving it to you.
No. Just tell me your first one. Come on now.
My first one of what?
What you mean by existence?
Yeah, I just mean the modal term of one, like a degree of physical existence, I would say, or some degree of
existence. What's your second one? What's your second one?
I would just go with that one.
Wait, you gave 3 though. Hold on, we have a recording. We can run it back.
Wait, I gave 3 modal properties?
No, you gave 3 different meanings of existence and how you use it, right?
No, I'm saying...
So you didn't say physical,
Wait, why are you gaslighting?
I'm not gaslighting. We can run it back. We can literally run it back.
In this debate, you can run it back. I gave 3 different meanings of existence.
What you mean by existence, yes. We can run it back right now.
I don't think anyone in here, if you asked anyone listening, what 3 fucking properties of existence
Wait,
that I
hold
laid
on. I
out
never
for
said
you.
properties. But we can run it back.
You can run it back.
Flurple, how do we do this recording thing?
Why does Landon do this shit? He like makes up things he
I'm
wants
not
to
making
hear.
up stuff.
All right, sure, Junkie, unmute
let me
your.
see if I can down.
Yeah, fine, that's fine. Junkie, unmute your mic. We'll run it one by one. Anyone unmute your mic and tell me what 3 modal properties I gave for existence. I didn't even make that claim.
Wait, Flurple, how do you do this recording thing?
I don't think anyone can tell you this, Landon, so play the recording.
I'm trying to figure. Hold on.
The dogs are out, dude.
Are you tracking? I never gave 3 different meanings of what I meant by existence.
Yeah, we could get the recording. I mean,
that's fine, but I didn't even make that claim. So when they're recording shows that I never made 3 different modal properties of what I meant. Sure.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting it. Did you hear me? I'm getting it, Landon.
Yeah.
Why isn't anybody talking?
We're waiting on the recording.
Yeah, because Landon heard some things that were never said.
Never?
Yeah.
All it's to say.
Yeah, you can watch a recording 100 times.
Wait, Landon, is it possible that you said them?
What?
Is it possible that you said it?
Wait, I'm not. Yeah, it's possible that Scooter said it. Yeah.
Oh, so.
Yeah, well, when you play the physical.
For everyone else, like what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, so really, he's saying modus ponens is circular reasoning, which is a wild thing to say. Hold on, Scooter.
I'm gonna start.
Which is a wild thing to say because modus ponens is used in regular propositional logic. Okay, you could talk now.
All right, thank you. Nope, not even said, and that just shows how Landon is bad faith. So I already explained for, I think it's shards, how modus ponens is a valid argument. Given the context.
It is a valid argument.
Yeah, I've already said this 3 times, Landon.
Wait, hold on,
so
Scooter.
Can you just stop being...
argument. Did I not give a modus ponens argument? I didn't. Oh, okay, Scooter, what is this?
I like how he's gaslighting now. Hold on. I was talking to Shard.
For you guys to start arguing again. I was just trying
to and then Landon's taking these inculpable fucking jabs and just misconstruing the whole argument. Like, dude, I already explained to Shards, here's modus ponens. This is a valid argument under that context.
What the fuck is modus ponens?
Modus ponens is just it's a logical framework that pretty much is just
it's an inference rule.
Yeah, it's an inference
all the fucking time.
I don't.
So no, I think modus ponens arguments are valid, Landon. So stop being fucking bad faith.
Not circular reasoning. Got it. Thanks for the
concession. Wait, if you're saying modus ponens, that would just be an obvious thing. Anything under modus ponens can be valid. Like if I just said if it rains outside, then God is made of 3 limbs. That is valid qua modus ponens.
Marcus, you're not understanding. I'm only responding to the claim that Landon made that I said modus ponens is a circular argument, which was incoherent.
That doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah, he's just being incoherent.
Patrick, I gave a modus.
He's just being bad fucking faith.
I gave a modus ponens argument, Patrick, and he said that was circular reasoning.
No, that's not what happened.
Wait, what do you mean? What modus ponens argument?
Well, yeah. I gave an argument with the inference rule modus ponens.
He did not.
And what was the argument?
Premise 1 is souls are immaterial, then they can be disembodied. Premise 2, souls are immaterial. Conclusion, souls can be disembodied.
Yeah, that's not so. It would just require warranting. That's just a basic argument. You at that point you just ask whoever's making that argument, just say, okay, warrant this premise for me, because that does follow upon modus ponens.
Marxist, hold on, please, everyone stop. Yeah. Marxist. So when literally I had this debate a week ago, and all I asked is, how is this the case? Like, how can you warrant this to me to where I can even comprehend what you mean? And somehow they have a fucking problem with that, man.
No, no.
I mean, you should cash that out with them. I would say.
No,
That's what I've been
Patrick,
trying to say to them, and they're
Patrick.
just saying that, oh,
Wait, no,
well, you're
seriously,
just like all these other things. I'm just asking, please warrant this to me.
Yeah.
Make this comprehensible.
Patrick, we got into
Like, that's all I've been asking.
Wait. Then he said souls can't be disembodied, that's impossible. And then Flurple's like, what's the contradiction? And he's like, I don't see no contradiction, it's just impossible.
Can you, yeah, and I'll explain this on my side, Marxist, because what I meant by when I was given that argument, and I'm like, the first thing I asked in my head is like, this needs to be warranted to me. I need to understand what you mean by that. So when I'm like, okay, well, they just doubled down and said, well, we're not going to warrant this to you. So therefore, I'm just like, okay, well, I don't even know if this can be possible. So I think it's impossible. You can't warrant this to me. So I don't even know what you mean. So what I mean by impossible is there's nothing given to me to where I can even contextualize this or understand it.
Okay, then I think likely the best route of action here is that, I mean, you could say that this is technically a valid argument that because it logically conserves the prior premises. So you say it's valid, but you might argue if you're saying that it's impossible, it seems like you're more so saying, hey, this isn't sound or this isn't true with content. Because you say impossible, obviously, if you're going to take that as meaning, there's maybe like a contradiction here, which would make it possible. Maybe you're saying that the second premise, which would follow from the first and then lead to the conclusion, isn't true. So you guys got to cash that out on your own terms, man.
No, I think he actually agrees with the argument. He's just
I don't even know if it's true. There's nothing warranted to me to suggest that, like,
when you say true, are you talking about the contents of the like you're talking about the content of the premise being like? Well, just make sure. Premise 2 was like say one more time. Premise 2 for me, please, Landon.
Souls are immaterial.
Souls are Are you saying that you don't know if it's true or not that souls are immaterial? Like you haven't been granted a proof of that yet?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then this whole debate has been shifted because you don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's not true. This is your argument.
Wait, no.
I asked you to warrant Dude, hold on. No, because I don't know what you mean in the context of your argument that souls are immaterial. There's many different philosophical contexts on how souls derive. One, there could be hylomorphism of what it means of a soul, and absent of a mind. Hylomorphism, and I'm not going to get too bro. It's just saying the cause and effects from the body is going to start with the mind, and the cause and effects creates this mind, and they're going to be interdependent. Now, when we apply other like dual substance and other philosophical views, you just making a blanket statement on, well, souls are immaterial. Well, I don't know contextually what you mean. I'm asking you to warrant all I've been doing is asking you to warrant the premises within the argument that you provided, and you think this is bad faith. Yes, it is. That's what I meant.
No, hold on. No, on the live a week ago, you said, Flurple, that's impossible. And then he's like, how is it impossible? Where's the contradiction? You could have pointed out, I don't think souls are immaterial. I think souls don't exist. That would have been a contradiction right there. You could have pointed out. You didn't say that. Fair, you just said there's no contradiction, but Landon, it's still impossible. That's
I'm gonna be real. Like, is it okay if I 2 seconds? Is that okay, Scooter? If I just
can I give you the actual context though? This is sad.
Well, I'm being told 2 quote unquote actual context. So sure, you could tell me your actual context.
Okay. So there's never a structured argument within the original debate. There was never a premise 1, a premise 2, within the debate. Now, when Flurple made the claim and we were having disagreement, we had a whole bunch of meanings being just like intertwined. It ended up being 4 or 5 different people I was debating, all meaning different things on an argument, providing different contextual understandings.
Yeah, it was 2.
It was Landon, Lucario, and I think a couple other people hopped in.
It was me, Lucario, Flurple. We were all trying to explain.
Well, I'm giving my side of the story, so
listen, I'm taking all the different sides. I've just been given
So all I'm just saying is, yes, I did make a claim it's impossible because literally the first question I asked, well, can you warrant this to me? There's nothing being warranted to me to even prove that disembodied souls can possibly exist. I don't even know what that means. So I think it is valid to just, hey, what does that even mean? Well, and they couldn't give me anything. So
I think this sound, at least from both of the account, like from your account and both their account, it seems like there's been a issue of, like, obviously I don't have the full details, but this sounds like both parties have in ways spoken past each other. Because obviously when you ask someone to warrant it, they might take it as demonstrate that, the argument is valid. If you're just asked, well, it's truth preserving, right? Or it's logically preserving, right? Well, that would just be obvious. And then maybe, when you ask, show me it's true, then they have to say like, oh yeah, well it's true, yeah, it's true that it's valid, right? So I think there's been and then on their side, in all fairness, like Landon, like he does have a point where it's like, when we speak of the immateriality of souls, in respect to how they're gonna, if he accepts if how they're immaterial is gonna relate to disembodied minds being the case, there are different accounts of I guess the immateriality of souls, so that would just have to be cashed out. But it just seems like both parties here have just like spoken past each other quite a bit. You guys got to get clear on your terms and like precisely what you guys are asking for each other. It seems like you're just asking for proof that the content of the premise is true, and also just a clearness as to what is being even said with the immaterial, or soul being immaterial.
And
I agree. We've been talking past each other. That's originally why me and Lucario jumped up on the live and said they're using terms differently, and Scooter denied that.
No, I didn't.
Well, that seems like another issue. That just, or not, when I say another issue, I mean like that just seems like a separate problem,
right?
That needs to be
but
taken care of.
That's originally why me and Lucario.
I'm gonna say, hold on. I don't think that any terms with it. I think so. When someone creates an argument, I've said this the entirety since I've been debating, that terms are subjective. People have different meanings contextually, given the context of what they talk about. I don't think that me and Flurple ever use the same terms within an argument. I don't.
Wait,
you're being
I
incoherent.
can explain what two terms y'all use differently.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so when he was using possible, he was just using as it's metaphysically possible. When you define possible on that live, you said it has to be in accordance with reality, which is just.
And is that saying that we agree on terms that you just claimed that I did, Landon?
No, I'm saying y'all are using different terms, or y'all are using possibility differently.
Well, you just made a claim that I said that I thought we were using the same terms, and that was clearly false. Like, that's why I say you. That's why I say you have a problem.
I think Landon means content. I'm not trying to take a. I'm not trying to. I'm sorry for coming in out of nowhere. Now I realize that this is probably going.
No, it's actually helping because this is just like a clarity thing here. That's a hit.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why.
I think, but the issue here has just been of communication. Like, if I'm being so real, like it's all of this I'm hearing is reducing down to is I made argument. And then Scooter's like, okay, so prove the argument. And then whether it be Landon or Flip or whoever hears the word prove, and they take prove and with specific respect to being, well, I'm not even sure at this point, but just really with not with respect specifically to like the content of, let's say, premise 2, right? They just say, oh, well, just prove it. Okay, sure. Okay, well, P1, P2, P3, or P1, P2, C1, yeah, it's gonna follow. And then you're like, oh, that didn't prove it for me, and so now they think you're being disingenuous, or that you're not, asking what you really want. I don't know.
But Patrick, the main thing here, that you're understanding is you're taking your own conceptual. Landon, I want to talk to Patrick to explain to something to you.
Patrick, it was more like Scooter claimed it was impossible, and then Flurple just asked, "What's the contradiction?" And he's like, there's no contradiction, but it's impossible. And he was saying it was impossible because he was using the definition of truth to mean possible.
Then I mean, well, if okay, well,
and that's the difference in like.
Well, if by your perspective, he was saying truth meant possible, and he's saying it's impossible, then he's just saying, well, not true. But then obviously it might not be inferring there's contradiction, if that's what it is. Like, I mean, obviously, do like a really weird way to use the term impossible.
No, Landon's taking his own view and kind of manipulating the view that the original argument was given, and I'm going to explain why. Because even so, Landon, that you're defending this, the person that originally made the argument cannot even tell what is true or false, or doesn't even understand what it means to have a true statement. So even in absent, this is why it's context to the person I'm debating. Flurple said this, like, under his view, he don't even know what's true or false. He doesn't even know what it means to comprehend something to be true. So even, Landon, in absent of a contradiction, he can't even correlate these things to be true, Landon. That's a problem. That's why when I debate someone and you hop in and you construe meanings, they have importance. So hold on, the contradiction here is the person I'm debating doesn't even hold a truth claim within the normative ethical frameworks or even his worldview. So even if you're making the claim and defending his argument, Landon, okay, let's say there's no contradiction, he still cannot correlate under his view on how it's true. That's his view. That's why when you hop in a debate and misconstrue things, Landon, you get the meanings fucked up. We get into a clarity argument. We get into semantics. We get into misunderstanding, and it fucks over the whole argument.
Hold on. I have no problem saying that it's true that it's possible.
Oh, so things are true now? Did you revise your stance again from yesterday at 3 a.m.?
Wait, hold on.
I think we need to work out. I think we need to work out. Wait. I'm trying to be like a third eye seer here because now I'm just interested because this seems all very convoluted. We should when you're saying okay, how about this? We'll make it simple. Flurple, do you think that certain statements or propositions are true?
Sure.
Perfect. Okay. And when you say true, what do you mean by true? When I ask you, hey, do you think certain propositions are true? What do you just take that to mean? This is not a trick question, by the way. Not a. I'm just trying to help.
Like that they're in accordance with like factor reality.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So in accordance with factor reality. Okay. So now it seems like is there anything else, Scooter, that you need? Like I'm not trying to sound like a dick or sound like anything really, but is there anything else that you need cleared up for you and Flurple's discussion to be resolved? Anything else?
With that being said, in the facts of a reality, is that going to be something that's going to be meta-ethically or possibly true in absent of a reality? Is that what you're saying to me, Flurp?
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, so if it can be true, and the only instance of it being here, we'll just say yeah. That makes sense. We'll just go with that for now. That's fine.
And
yeah, that's fine.
Let's clear it up even further here. Flurple, is there anything that Scooter has said, which is that you think is pretty, whether you think it's incoherent or whatever it may, just you're confused about what they're saying. Is there anything on your side at all?
Yeah. So I guess the biggest issue was how he would make the claim that it's impossible for a disembodied soul to exist,
okay.
and then while also saying that there's no contradiction that a disembodied soul could exist possibly.
Gotcha. Okay. Not so Gannon. Okay, Scooter. So I think we went
Gannon.
Yeah, Gannon.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So when you say impossible, are you just saying with all like, or sorry, what? That's not what I'm asking.
Yeah.
What are you saying when you say impossible? If I go, oh, I'm gonna eat ice cream, and you go, no, that's impossible. What are you telling me?
Yeah, so I'm just saying it doesn't seem to be enough sufficient evidence to suggest that this can even be warranted. So, like my epistemic view, and this will be like 15 seconds,
Okay.
is I use the epistemic view of some degree of intuition. So intuitionally, if something's not warranted to me, I have a degree of justification to believe what I believe in until there's a defeater in place. So intuitionally, I am justified to say, yeah, this seems to be impossible without some other evidence or warranted evidence or direct evidence to suggest that this is even possible. So epistemically, I am justified, and I have school of thoughts and philosophy that support this kind of viewpoint on epistemic justification.
No, sure, but wait. Let me catch something because you said something I think that could be causing a very big divergence in this.
Sure.
Just to make sure, you said when something is impossible, when you say that X is impossible or this is impossible, it seems to be that there is not enough of evidence which is presented either in quantity or quality to support the claim in question and showing that this thing is possibly the case.
I would say yes.
Okay. So I think this is probably why there's a because I mean that confused me a little bit because obviously when people say impossible, they're going to be saying like in all possible situations, no matter the amount of evidence, this thing cannot be the case. Like if I said, if I took some sort of rule of logic, like theory, like the law of identity, right? And I said A is B, and someone would go, "That's impossible." Obviously, they would be saying, you know, more I'm not, in a more conventional method. And I'm not saying this is fucked of you, but I'm just saying like it's actually caused some issues in this like probably flurple. I would have interpreted the same way personally. I would have interpreted the same fucking way. If you say impossible, I'm gonna say, okay, there's a contradiction here, right? There's something here that is gonna cause this to not be possible. Because obviously, if something is impossible, there's no way, even if you brought all the evidence in the world, then it would remain impossible. It would remain to not be able in any way to demonstrate as such. But if it's possible, there's some way. So I think now that that's been cleared, now that obviously, so you're just saying possible, you just say at the moment with the evidence, I don't have enough evidence for me to demonstrate that this is convincing. Does that clear up anything, Flurple, or is that more confusing now?
Yeah, I just think that that's like dumb. Like he's not disputing or refuting. Yeah, you're not disputing or refuting the claim. You're just making another claim that you're just like basically like suspending like belief on whether or not this can occur. Yeah, judgment on whether.
Okay, okay, so we've gone. I think we just reached
that's
the pinnacle.
That's a circular way of saying I can't warrant you any kind of degree of a true statement.
Wait, I think we just reached, and I think you guys are actually. This is great. You guys have just reached the central theme.
Marxist. Here's the thing
you're asking for proof. You haven't been given proof for the case, so we're just going to interpret when you say impossible, or maybe just to help the sake of the debate, right, or just to make things more clear. Maybe instead of saying impossible, you just say, "I am not convinced." I'm not convinced. Just
I've been saying that also. I'm not convinced. Explain this to me. Warrant this to me.
I know. Like, I'm saying instead of even using the term impossible, just obviously just say this is not convincing. And now that we're here, this is perfect. Okay, so we are back at what I believe to be the big breaker for this debate. You do not know if the content of the premises are true to demonstrate that this claim is or we'll just that the claim itself is, when I say true, it's just that it is in accordance with lines of reality, as Flurple said for truth, and you agreed. Okay, perfect.
Yes, now, that's what I wanted from the beginning. Yes.
Now everything is in harmony, and this can be resolved between you two. And I'm the Buddha, and I'm the kind and nice and peaceful Buddha, and everything has been resolved.
I appreciate it. I wish we could have had this from the beginning. That's what I've been saying. That's it. So, can you warrant this, Flurple?
Can I warrant it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold that. It's gonna be possible because there's not a contradiction as to why it would be impossible.
So that's just circular reasoning.
How?
Yeah, because your whole argument was exactly verbatim that. And then when I asked, well, warrant this to me, and you give me exactly what you stated originally within your argument. This is incoherent.
Flurple's not saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Flurple. I don't think Flurple's saying that, that it is with. So I don't think even Flurple deals with certainty, but and neither do I. But deals with regards to saying that we know that this is the way that things are 100%. Like there's no other way that this is not the case. He's saying, right, that there is no logical contradiction here in terms of reaching the conclusion that there are disembodied minds. Therefore, it is possible that there are disembodied minds. He's not saying, and again, saying possible means that there's a chance that that's maybe not the case, but he's just saying there's, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Flurple. You can always just just jump in and literally just talk over me. Like I encourage it. But
yeah, I mean, you seem to be representing my thought.
Yeah, he's just saying it is possible that this is the case, and the reason why it's possible is because there's no contradiction which is presented, there's no contradiction here, as far as we know, that would demonstrate that this is not possible, that this cannot, in all circumstances, in all possible worlds, be the case. Therefore, it's possible.
I'll ask him for the warranted claim of how it's possible again. On premise 1, can you warrant the claim? The truth claim existing in reality.
Wait, what are you saying the truth claim is?
You already agreed with the truth claim, as long as it can exist in reality.
You're saying the truth claim as long as it can exist in reality?
I thought you agreed
Wait,
with
hold on.
that.
Yeah, I never made the claim that it can exist in reality. I'm only making the claim that it's metaphysically possible.
Okay, can you warrant premise one?
This might sound weird, incredibly weird. It might, but you're bringing up intuition talk, so I'd assume that you're gonna know what I'm gonna say, or at least you understand it. I'm assuming. When it comes to a statement of the claim of there is a possibility, or not impossible, that it is just simply possible that this is true, insofar as, or it's not impossible, therefore it's possible, right? That would be the, just running, because there's no excluded middle here, in this case. It would just be possible or not possible. And technically, for the cases of possibility, it would just be that if he simply says and comes out of nowhere and just says, it is possible that symbolic minds exist, and you go, prove it to me, and he goes, there's no contradiction, right?
Well, the problem here is if the argument, well, meta-ethically, it's going to be possible for embodied souls to exist. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I warrant this to me. And he's like, well, because there's not a contradiction.
But wait, what do you mean? Anything. What do you mean meta? Was that like as an example? I don't know what it means to meta-ethically prove.
Oh, metaphysically, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So then I think, then I think it's just that you're asking Flurple to prove something which Flurple isn't even trying to prove.
Yeah, he's just restating, well, there's no contradiction.
When I'm saying that he's trying not to prove it, maybe it's not the best choice of words, but when I say it, it's more like if I said that it is a good day today, and then you asked me to prove I said, I feel like there's a chance, right, that there is no argument, right, that proves this point is wrong or something like that, and then you tell me to give an argument to prove the point is right. We're trying to claim different things. He's just saying, once again, if he's just saying that it's possible, then maybe you can, there doesn't have to be a reference of a quote unquote, I guess, proof per se, insofar as you just demonstrate there's no contradiction to say it's possible. That's metaphysical possibility. That's really any possibility, assuming that we're just referring to the very, I guess conventional use of modality when we use the term of the very modal, conventional use as we say possible. Just mean that there's no reference contradiction.
Yeah, and then if I ask, warrant this to me on why without a contradiction, then therefore this can be possible, it's just going to be a state. It's going to be a restatement again.
Yeah, but that would just be because at that point that it's just going to be a tautology, right? It's going to be analytic. It should be like if I asked you, if the proof that 2 + 2 = 4, right, follows because the rules of arithmetic are true, and I go prove to me that 2 + 2 = 4 because the rules of arithmetic are true, right? Then that's just going to be it's just going to be asking past itself.
Now, right? Well, 2 + 2 = 4 is not going to be like in the same realm of a probability. There's actually going to be like a fact or a consistent variable. Probability. So this isn't going to work off like a hypothetical, like there.
Well, no, this isn't going to be. But this isn't dealing in probability. And the reason I'm bringing that example up is because it's not on Flurple's grounds or burdens to prove, right, that if all he has to demonstrate to say that it's possible, not that there's because he's not saying there's a 3% probability. He's not saying that because I think that even Flurple would agree that, or maybe you don't, Flurple, like I said, cut me off whenever. I think even Flurple would agree to say that, the way we're going to leverage a case if we're talking in probability is going to be through evidence. Evidence is going to raise, I guess, the probabilistic case that this is true. Okay, if he's just saying it is possible, he's just saying all he's saying is just anonymous with saying that there's no contradictions, right, with respect to this claim. Right.
Well, if that's now the claim, well, even if you have like an argument without a contradiction, that's not going to support like evidence for premise 1, premise 2. So just because something like logically follows, that's not going to be.
No, I think he knows that.
That's just gonna. Well, that's just going to be like a format or a structure within the argument, but that's not going to be like testing the validity or the substance or the content of premise 1, premise 2.
Well, yeah, I think Flurple 1 would agree with this. correct me if I'm wrong, Flurple, but I think he'd even agree with that because once again, like this is, I think Flurple would agree that just him saying that there's no contradictions, right? With saying that disembodied minds, or that like it might be true that disembodied minds exist. That following from his argument, they would exist, right? Or not at the time. No, it would just be, it would just be that disembodied minds exist, right? As a statement, and he's saying that it is possible insofar as there's no contradiction, right? I think he agrees that this would prove that the content premise 1 is true. That premise 2 that I keep fucking forgetting it. Landon said it earlier, but whatever. It's like I don't think he would say that because he's not. His claim is not that that the argument. He's not saying that disembodied minds. It is true insofar as it is the case, right? We know it is the case insofar as that other cases that say disembodied minds are not true, or rather that he gives a different account or philosophy of mind, right? Where it's like the premises are still true.
Can you give me one metaphysical philosopher that even holds the standard that a mind can exist without a body? Just one.
Mind can exist. Descartes would hold that you can have a mind without a body.
Okay, so we have one. And then have you looked? Sure. And then have you seen the counter arguments to this?
I've seen I maybe like one or two.
If you created an argument and then these counter arguments contradict it, then therefore we have to at least have some kind of
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. This is what Flurple's saying. He's saying he's not been right. There's not been a presented contradiction. There's not been no contradictions present, or at least that we know of, right?
There has been. That's the problem.
Okay. Perfect. So
not by you.
Wait. So now we see where the confusion started. Because when Flurple asked you, and this is not. Maybe it sounds like I'm arguing for Flurple. I think it's more.
No, that's okay. You're good. You're doing good.
Look, obviously, right? This is where the confusion is now. When Flurple asked you, and you said it was impossible, and Flurple said, "What's the contradiction?" You said, "There's no contradiction." Now we see, okay, there's going to be confusion here, right? Because obviously, when all Flurple is saying was impossible or possible, because obviously, if someone just says that there's no contradictions or something, this can be just taken synonymously with it is possible that this is the case, right? Given in light of the claims and premises and all the content at hand. And so now you're saying there's a contradiction. So now this is perfect. So now you and him can progress this debate further and actually go over what is the contradiction and claiming that disembodied minds exist. Maybe you can point out contradiction in the premises. This is perfect. This is we're in harmony now.
Sure. I'll just take the hylomorphous view. That's just going to be the soul. It's just going to be the you, which is just going to be the body that causes chain and effects into a mind. So the mind and body are going to be dependent upon one another. We have no physical understanding in reality or our physical world. In our comprehension that a soul can even exist without a body. There's been no empirics, no observations, no natural science on the physical world, no experts within the natural world. That Flurple said when it comes to a true statement has even proved a soul can exist without a body. Typically what they refer to in the natural sciences is just going to be a soul. It's going to be dependent to a body, which is going to express preferences, attitude, desires that would be contextual to a being or body. Yeah, I mean, most natural science would agree if we're going to talk about truth being in, a natural sense, proven by biology, any form of the physics, all of these things are going to correlate some kind of cause and effect to a body, to a mind, to the output of biological processes to create what we would consider a mind or a you. So, yeah, that's going to be the counter evidence. So. Is there any contentions with that?
Flurple? Wait, say that again?
Yeah, so when it comes to the natural sciences, so we kind of agreed when it comes to like a truth proposition that we're correlating possibility to, I think what you said, you can interrupt me here before I restate, is that, well, this is going to have to exist with like in reality, if I'm correct.
No, I didn't say that it has to. For something to be hold on. For something to be possible, I don't hold that it has to exist. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, the true statement.
Wait, like if something If something truly exists?
No, if a proposition's true, it has to exist in reality.
I don't know what it means. Hold on, I don't know what you mean by like a proposition to exist in reality. Like, what do you mean by that?
I thought when Marxist asked you, do you believe in truth, and you said
Wait,
yes.
Marxist? You mean Buddha?
Yeah, Buddha. I thought
Okay.
you agreed that when he asked you, do you believe things are true, you said sure, and then after that, you says as long as it's in reality. You can correct me there if I'm wrong.
No. He just asked what I meant by true, and I said like in accordance with like fact or reality, right? So
Okay.
like I would
Okay.
say like you know, like a proposition can be in accordance with fact.
Okay, so true is just going to be in accordance with reality. Perfect. So now the counter evidence to the claim, it's just going to be we could look in accordance with the reality. We have natural science that's going to correlate and prove the distinction between a body and a mind. So we can explain these outputs on a biological level with natural science. So we have physics, we have biology, we have means to which we can measure the outputs of cause and effects relationships between the body and the mind. So all the mind are just biological outputs to a brain. So it's going to be brain context.
Yeah, but
That's
we were
just going to
talking about a
create
soul.
mind.
Are you just saying a soul and a mind are the same thing?
Yeah, typically under my view, a soul and a mind in philosophy is typically referred to the same. That's commonly used.
I mean, I wouldn't say that that's like necessarily going to be like true, but sure, okay.
Sure, okay. So sure, if we're going to correlate a mind and a soul to be different, then this is going to further suggest my claims to be true, that the natural sciences cannot explain a soul. So therefore, if the truth...
Wait, hold on. Yeah, just because something can't be explained, I don't see how that means it's not true.
So
Like
there's not...
I don't take it that like if we can't prove something to be true, or that we can't know something to be true, that there means it's not true, right? Like
So
I feel like those are going to be different claims.
So therefore, you want to have to prove an argumentation, a logical argument then, because even in absent of a logical argument, you would still hold, well, this can be true. So I don't
Wait,
get...
how's that follow?
Yeah, because like if we're saying the natural science cannot prove a soul, well, even though we cannot prove this to be the case because we agree truth is going to be in accordance with reality, then therefore
I
you're
don't
just
think
saying...
everything in reality is knowable.
I never said that. We just agree that truth is just going to be in accordance with reality.
Yeah, well, I would say, hold on, yeah, but I'm gonna say that like if something's provable, then that's gonna entail it's knowable.
Yeah, and if something's
Right?
unprovable,
So wait,
therefore,
yeah, hold on, no, wait. Just because something's unprovable doesn't mean it's not true.
in the facts of in accordance with reality, if there's not enough sufficient evidence to suggest in the natural sciences that something is true, this is going to be lacking in evidence.
No, hold on. Yeah, something lacking in evidence can just like give you reason to not believe it, but that doesn't mean it's not true.
Perfect. Yes, that gives you reason to not believe it because it lacks sufficient evidence. So this is
Yeah, I'm
supporting my
not saying.
claim.
Hold on. Yeah, wait. No, it's not right. I never made the claim that you have to believe that this is the case, right? I'm just saying that it to me it seems that it's metaphysically possible that disembodied souls exist. Seems to be that that's a possibility because I see no contradiction with it. I see no evidence to show that this cannot be the case, right?
But
I'm not
yeah,
making the claim that I can prove that this is the case. I'm not making the claim that this is the case, right? I'm just saying it's possible.
no, I understand that. That's not the contention. The contention is going to be, well, when it comes to a truth claim, if it's in accordance with reality. So if there's going to be a lack of sufficient evidence of something being in accordance with reality, then we can't even comprehend what it means to be in accordance with reality. What we have currently in the best
Wait,
effort.
that's not going to follow. Hold on, that's not going to follow, right? Yeah. Just because we don't have evidence that this exists within reality, that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist in reality.
No, it just
like, for example,
sufficient. You can't make a truth claim, is what I'm saying.
Some God, no, look, like if some God exists, right? Then regardless if there is any evidence for this God to exist, regardless if anybody is even aware that this God exists, or even has any type of idea that this God exists, right? It would still be like a fact of reality that God exists.
Okay, so now you're saying that there can be truths without it being in accordance with reality?
Wait, that's not what I said.
That's what you're justifying.
No. Hold on. Buddha, can you try to explain explain this? Because I mean,
This
I
is
don't
what
think
you're
you're tracking
no,
it.
this is what you are justifying. Like,
Yeah, there's a bit of a okay, flurple. Okay, okay. If when we once again just with reference to possibility, obviously you would say that truth equals or truth is in relation to reality. That's what truth is. When we move from saying truth is in relation to reality and what we know at the moment, right? Well, now we're probably moving to a case for causes of belief, or like we're trying to make some sort of normative position for belief, right? And saying we have some sort of or we basically have some categorical reason for belief. When you're presented with this, you believe this, but that's not the same as saying that if truth equals reality, right? And it is the case that this is that this is the truth. So this would like okay when the obviously it could be that I'm wrong, but so I'm just going to attempt to just make you explain it because I agree with Flurple here, and I don't even fucking believe in this in my mind. But it just obviously
I don't
if he's just
either.
saying if he's just saying
you
like,
don't believe in
it's
this either?
possible. I don't believe in this embodied mind. I don't believe this embodied minds, but I do believe that what Flurple is saying is when I'm saying obviously I say true here, and sort of the way he's saying it, it's more going to be with relation to the proposition being logically preserving, right? Where in this case he's saying if it's possible, just means that it's an absence of contradiction. And when you say we don't have evidence for this, I think Flurple, right? Flurple one could accept this. I don't know if Flurple does, but even if Flurple was to say, I agree, we have no fucking proof at all, by the way, zero proof that my premises are even true, right? This would still mean it is his claim of it is possible would at the moment still hold, right? Because there's been no presented contradiction, which demonstrates that it's not possible. Because remember, we only have it's I mean, unless you want to claim otherwise, I hold the strict dichotomy between possible and impossible.
This is going to be like an incoherent argument on the premise. So one, it's just like moving terms again. But sure, if you just want to counter argument, well, it's just possible that you don't know what you're talking about. So that's going to be the counter argument.
It's not
that this is possible. I mean, it's the 5th revision within the stance, so it's just possible you have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Flurple?
Do you have a disagreement?
Unless
where's the contradiction?
Wait, you're just gonna say that it's possible I don't know what I'm talking about? What do you mean, by what I'm talking about?
There's just no contradiction that I hold.
Wait, what do you
in which mode of respect? Metaphysically, logically,
metaphysically, yeah.
Metaphysically doesn't know. I don't.
Yeah,
maybe I confuse it even more.
It's just possible. Metaphysically, it's just possible he doesn't know what he's talking about.
What would then let's do. Okay, Flurple, do you know what that means? And I'm not saying that in like a sarcastic way, but do you know what that means, Flurple? I don't.
I mean,
to not
like
metaphysically know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not really.
Just
I don't even know.
In all worlds, you don't know what you're talking about.
Scooter, yeah, like I don't even know what you mean whenever you say like I in that statement. And then like what you're referencing when you're saying what I'm talking about. like, and then what you're like referencing when you say no, like these would need to be clarified.
Oh, so you do need clarification within stances now.
Oh, wait, for me to be able to say whether or not like
That's
I agree
crazy.
with this statement or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm telling you that I'm not understanding what you're saying.
So in absent of clarification, then you can disagree,
Oh,
or you would
wait.
need
Oh,
you would
in
need
absence
further
of
you need
in
further
absence of
country.
in
No, I
absence of
just had to do this to prove
clarification.
how you're just
Yeah,
being a
I'm just
hypocrite.
yeah. Hold on. In absence of clarification, then yeah, I'm just gonna say that I'm either gonna like suspend like some type of like statement on this, right? Like
Mhm.
I just don't know what the fuck, right? But then
He's taking the same position I am.
like I would
Yeah,
say
he's
so then I'm gonna
proving my
so then
point.
I'm gonna say hold on. So then I'm gonna say that yeah, based on my knowledge, yeah, sure, this is possible. But that's just
All
because
right, cool.
I don't understand the terms you're trying to say. Yeah, I don't have
Sure.
an issue with it.
I just had to do that so you could just contradict and say everything I've been saying the whole time, and actually
Oh
get it
wait, how did I
across to you.
contradict? Yeah, where was my contradiction?
No, it's called being a hypocrite. Yeah, that's what I said.
Wait, hold on. What was my You said that I contradicted myself. What was the contradiction?
Oh no, I just said and if I said contradiction, what I meant is just being a hypocrite.
Oh, okay, yeah. How am I a hypocrite?
Because like you're giving all the counterpoints I gave you, and
Wait, hold on.
you're doing the exact
still
same
said
thing.
I said no, I didn't. I said that yeah, this based on what I know, yeah, sure, this could be possible.
Sure.
Depending
Okay.
on what you mean by these words. Yeah.
Sure.
I don't see that as an issue. So
Oh, even without
and that seems
clarification.
yeah, actually specifically without clarification is why I would say it's possible because I do not know what you mean by these fucking terms you're using. Are you just not tracking again,
Oh,
Scooter?
you don't even know what like I mean, but you're saying what I'm saying is possible.
Yeah, because I don't know what you mean. So I'm saying that this could be possible. Yeah, because I don't have a reason why it's impossible.
Yeah, I think if Flurple's claim instead was, let's say,
Hold on. I want to get what was even the original debate. Well, why he brought this up? What was the original debate, Flurple? Do you even remember?
Yeah, the original debate was that you claimed it's impossible for disembodied souls to exist.
No, what was the topic of the background?
And my claim was that
He can't even
metaphysically
remember.
possible for souls to exist.
No. What was the debate currently having when you joined in? Do you even remember the background topic? When you brought up the stance?
I don't remember verbatim. I know that this was
so
like going through something else.
Okay, so you don't even remember the original contents of the debate.
Not remembering what got us to talk about fucking disembodied souls doesn't take any validity away from the current topic.
No, I think maybe that no, what I'm saying is I think you hopped in a debate and then you kind of probably derailed that debate and then went on this nonsense. You don't even remember the original contents of the live that was holding this debate. And I think that's going to be problematic.
That's irrelevant. Oh,
it's not irrelevant. Yeah, because if I hop in a pro live, because if I hop in a debate on like specific topics to where people join, and then I start talking about embodied souls or whatever, it has no context or relevance to the topic being had, which just means it's incoherent to the content of the original discussion.
Wait. No, it was definitely relevant.
Would you agree with that?
It was definitely. No, I don't. Yeah, it was definitely relevant to the topic.
So, Buddha, would you agree if I hop in a
hypothetical or something to like showcase what was being said and stuff in the thing?
Showcase
and then you
what
just started being
said?
obtuse.
No, showcase what being said, Flurple. Do you remember?
I already said that I don't fucking remember the original fucking debate.
I think
but
I know. This is what you do. You change it. You change debates. So it's
okay. Yeah. So again, me not remembering what actually was originally the topic that you and somebody else were talking about when I got involved. Yeah, I muted you. Scooter. That when I got involved, okay, and gave you the analogy or hypothetical or whatever that led to the whole disembodied soul concept, right? I don't see the relevancy of whether or not I fucking remember what got us to this point, because the point of contention, right? The salient point is that you were saying it's impossible for disembodied souls to exist, while also saying that there's no contradiction that disembodied souls can possibly exist. All right, let me unmute you now so you can say whatever dumb shit you want to say.
Oh, that's cute. You have to mute people in the
Thank
debate.
you. I'm so cute. Yeah, because
you can't have the mental fortitude to have a conversation.
Wait, yeah, because somebody doesn't want to like go back and forth and like let other people talk. So yeah, I just muted you because I just got tired of the gibbering.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So once again, I think you're just proving my point that you hop in debates and kind of derail. And you proved my point. You can't even remember.
Wait, yeah, hold
Oh,
on,
wait, I thought I
not
was
remembering
talking.
doesn't, not remembering doesn't
So
mean
you're
that
being a
I
hypocrite
derailed.
again. Yeah, you can't have the
Wait,
mental
how's that a
fortitude to
hypocrite?
let people. Yeah, you just talked about how I can't let people talk or just gibberate. Well, you're also over talking and gibberating. Flurple, all I'm asking is first comes some consistency from you, just some kind of consistency without being a hypocrite. That's all I'm asking. Is that too hard? Is that too much to ask? Okay, thank you. So now, I think it's problematic within a debate if we have like original contents, and then it gets derailed into these kind of things, and then I give you the same argument back, and then you're having all the same contentions I did, and then it just gets nowhere.
I didn't.
You did.
Yeah. What was the original?
did.
Hold on. What was that original debate about then? Since you're apparently aware.
Yeah. It was a pro-life, pro-choice live, right? It was also an anti-spanking as well.
Yeah, wait, hold on, what was the preceding comments that led up to me talking about disembodied souls?
In the context of what we were discussing, no one was talking about souls by any means. We were talking about when it comes to spanking violence or not violence, or can spanking be justified or unjustified. We were just kind of going into the ethical frameworks or viewpoints on like why spanking's bad and stuff like that. Nothing to do with like souls. I don't think anyone in spanking, if anyone ever debated spanking, would even comprehend to bring up like, oh, well, souls can possibly exist in another fucking world.
So hold on. So wait, you said you think it was about spanking or it was about spanking? Because at first you said pro-choice, pro-life. So
No, there's two separate topics on that background, which was pro-life, pro-choice, and also spanking.
okay. But the actual conversation that led up to me talking about disembodied souls was actually spanking?
I
Because that's the
believe
question I was asking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were talking about spanking prior to that. And then yeah, that's what I was talking about. And then I think someone else came up and started talking about pro-life, pro-choice, and then it kind of just, escalated into the soul kind of thing.
Yeah, and so when it was talking about the spanking, you were just saying that it's possible that there could be like some justifiable reason or some shit for like spanking to be like beneficial or permissible, even though you had like nothing to like support that it was, right, or something like that. I don't want to mischaracterize you, so if you could clarify. Wait, Buddha, what are you posting with Simp?
I remember this.
No, sorry. I Landon sent a clip. I heard a voice talk, so I closed it, and I put my thing in instead.
Oh yeah. I posted.
It's when I threatened Destiny that I would do a drive-by shooting on him.
Yeah, I remember that, dude. You can see me probably.
Damn.
Hold on, where am I? Oh, yep, I'm 8th in line.
You are.
Yeah, but the clip I posted was just gooder, defining what he means by existence.
Within metaphysical claims, you're making a claim. Well, without a contradiction, therefore this can exist. I don't even know what you mean by exist without some degree of sufficient reasoning for this to actually exist. So The counter argument is I'm not convinced that this can't even be possible, even if there's going to be a logical conclusion. Okay. And what I mean by existence, we might have two different terms. Is what I mean by existence, I talk about physically exist, or something that can be comprehended to actually exist, or some degree, and hold on, or some 5 seconds, or some degree of epistemic justification for this actually to exist. I'm unconvinced, and without sufficient reasoning, I'm unconvinced that it can possibly exist. So I don't get your confusion. Yeah. So the claim was three different models. So when I say what I mean by exist is physical or comprehending of physical.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Landon.
I don't want to get into this.
You
It's
guys
just,
do
hold
different
on,
meanings.
Scooter.
So
I don't want to get into this. It's just that you said you never said comprehended to exist.
that's not
That's
you made
what
a
you
claim.
said. You said you never used the word comprehended. You literally said that.
Landon, everyone was here where you said I had three different modal claims on existence. And I was clarifying for you. Yes, you did say this. You said I had three different terms. Buddha was here where you made this claim that I had three different terms of what I meant by exist. When I told you in that clip, this is why you're embarrassing yourself. Because when I said, I'm clarifying this clip because you still cannot comprehend what I'm saying.
Scooter, I didn't post this to start this all over again.
No, you just made a claim you can't verify.
Scooter, what do you think or means when you say this or this?
Yes. So what I mean.
Yes. Okay. Or means yes. Got it.
And I like how I was talking. I like how I was talking.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you here to just play the semantical game, or do you actually want meaning?
It's not a semantical game. You said you never said that, and I
said I never gave you three different terms. I never gave you.
You said you never said comprehended.
Buddha, can you help this dumbass? He literally said I had three different definitions of existence. Like, you made that claim,
Scooter,
and then you're using this to prove that claim.
Scooter, what does or mean?
Yeah, so or is just gonna be like four different kinds of meanings, yeah. Do you understand that, Landon?
4 different kinds of meanings?
Yeah, so I can have actually, yeah, it's gonna be 3. Sorry. Yeah, so or is just gonna mean I have A in absent of B, or I have B in absent of A, or I have neither. Or sorry, it's 4.
Is A and B
I have
different?
both.
Is A and B different?
I just don't think you know what I mean.
Is A and B different?
No, do you disagree with what I said?
You don't think A and B is different when you say you have A absent of B or you have B absent of A? You don't
they're
think
two different things. Yes, they're different.
Okay, so then you have two different what?
No, you understand when it comes.
You have two different what?
This guy doesn't understand what I'm saying.
You have two different what?
That doesn't mean it's in context in a conjunction.
You have two different what?
That doesn't mean it's conjunctual. I am. I'm telling you no. That doesn't mean they're conjunctual.
No,
dumbass.
wait. I'm asking you a what?
Dumbass.
Question.
Yes or no? I'm gonna ask you 4 questions. Basic. You're dumb. It's like talking to a philosophical dumbass. I'm gonna explain this to you. Yes or no, dumbass. Okay. Can I have A in absent of B? No. Watch, yes. Landon. Answer yes or no. Can I have A in absent of B?
Yes.
Can I have B in absent of A?
Yes.
Can I have A and B?
Yes.
Can I have neither A or B?
For the definition, no.
I cannot have either. I do not have A or I do not have B.
Yes.
So that's a negation. Yes. That's a negation, right? I do not have A or I do not have B.
Wait, can you have A without B though?
You can have A without B, you could have B without A, or you can have A and B. So what I'm telling you is, I'm telling you within the word context.
Does A equal B?
That doesn't matter. That's the point.
Yes, it does. Does A equal B?
I already said no, dumbass.
No? Okay, so it's different.
No, you asked me what or meant, and I give you 4 different functions of or, dumbass. Okay? So even if A is different from B, okay, you already agreed that you can have A. You can have A in absent of B. You can have B in absent of A. You can have neither A or B, or you could have both.
This dude will literally
do it.
Wait, hold on. Love fixes.
You can't just defend it.
Yeah, I know. Here's the dog pile because he's.
No, it's not a dog pile. I'm talking on love fixes. When he says definition A or definition B or definition C and definition A doesn't have to be with definition B, are the definitions of definition A and B different?
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's all I said, and he's like,
well, no, the
wait,
problem
no,
is
they're
he's
the
like,
same.
well, then he tried to say he was like, no, you can have them in conjunction. It's like, well, hold on, then that's a definition that's like including both. But the problem is that if you're like proposing a definition that is exclusive of one another, and it's not like, I don't know, you defining apple and orange both as a fruit, right? Then A is not B, which is already stated. Then yeah, obviously A is not equal to B, and it's two different definitions. But that's the problem is with Scooter is Scooter will literally he'll play fucking like I don't know, mind pasta in order to try to make himself seem right. And then he'll start like throwing in variables. He'll be like, well, you don't know anything about the PZCIA equals 5. And then like he'll throw out like a fucking like a false syllogism, right? Or something like that, and then he'll just keep on gish galloping and like just fucking vomiting like pseudo bullshit, and so I can't I don't know, man. I get tempted every time to try to show him the way, man, but you should just let this kind of ignorance just like lead itself into whatever fucking doom that it's preparing for itself.
Yeah. Well, the like claim that made me pull up the video was he said he only gave the definition of something that physically exists. He only gave that. He never used the word comprehended. He said, I never used the word comprehended. And then I was just showing proof. I mean, I didn't want to bring this back up, but
yeah, no, he did. He did use the word comprehended. He did. I heard it. I heard it, but he's not listening.
I mean, maybe we're just like having a hallucination with our hearing, but yeah.
No, he'll try to gaslight you though. That's the problem.
All right, so can we have an productive conversation or no?
Yes, I find it productive to be shitting on you.
Okay, cool. So once again,
let's productively. Can everyone start shitting on Scooter real quick?
Oh, that's cute. Are we here for a conversation or no?
I with you, preferably not.
Okay. So Landon, everyone was here except for this dumbass who just,
this dumbass, that dumbass, hey dumbass.
Yeah.
So, Landon, I want to see. Hold on. Did you make a claim I had 3 different definitions for existence? Yes or no?
You used 3 definitions. Yes.
So can you ascribe to me within that video to where I was explicitly defining existence within all 3 of those claims? Because when it comes to or statements, they're not incontextual to a conjunction. They can be. All I said, and Buddha was good faith in clarifying, I've clarified this 4 different times, that all I meant was by physically exist. I've explained this 4 different times.
Okay.
I've explained this even after that statement. But Landon, I want a yes or no.
Scooter. I only brought that video up because you said you never said the word comprehended.
No.
Yes, you did.
That's not. You're not even articulating it correctly. You made a claim that I had 3 different definitions of existence. You agreed to this, and I said, no, that is not what I said. And you said, I'm going to pull up a video. Like, bro.
Yeah. Do you think A and B are the same thing?
Scooter.
It's not a lie.
Scooter, do you think A and B are the same thing?
I'm just going to turn you down.
Scooter, do you think A and B are the same? Or actually, here, Scooter, do you think...
I'm going to turn you down all the way. I don't care. Okay, so if he's talking,
Buddha, am I correct though when it comes to or statements, or am I false? I'm looking at your chart.
He's kind of, I don't know, man. I feel like somebody should just kneecap.
Buddha, Patrick.
So, I knew my name was Buddha, bro. I don't know who the fuck you were calling on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm correct on or statements though.
Are you referring to an inclusive or exclusive or?
I think it would be exclusive.
Oh, Scooter's still talking.
It would be exclusive. So meaning that you can't have both, is what you're saying. Because that'd be exclusive.
Yeah, it's like not contextual that you must have both. It's not in conjunction.
Okay. So
which is that's going to be logically correct. Like there are 4 different claims.
If it's exclusive, I haven't been listening for a minute, so that's why I didn't realize. But if it's exclusive, it's just going to be that what do you call it?
It's exclusive to the claim.
You can only. Well, it would mean that you could only have one or the other. You can't have both. That would be exclusive. Inclusive means you could have both. Like if we have like
Lexi, mute.
All it would be like this is like logic 101, right?
I am correct though, Buddha, on this.
Yeah, this is logic 101. If you have, let's say we have A and B. If it's inclusive, the truth table would be that if whenever you have one of A or B or both of them true, right? If it's inclusive, that means that every statement of that, every possible statement where A is false, B is true, and whatnot, would be true except for when both are false. If it's exclusive, it would just mean that the statement itself, right, like A or B, if it's exclusive, means that it's only true given that one, right, are one of the things are true and the other is false. So if both of them are true, then the statement is false if it's exclusive. If one's true, if A is true, B is false, it's true. If A is false, B is true, then it's true. And if both are false, then it's false. So if you're saying exclusive, yeah, it would just mean you can only have one at a time. One can be true, and if both are true, then it's false.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when he asks what or means, well, I mean, shit. There's a lot that goes behind that, but clearly his claim was that I had 3 definitions of existence while just explaining what I meant.
Yeah, when you said...
Which is false.
Wait,
Yeah.
you said A doesn't equal B, and you can have A without B, but then you can also have
you can have A without B, Landon. Say that again. You can have A without B, meaning my A was all I meant by existence was existence just mean physically exist, and then if I say B, A is still going to be true.
No, or without A, you have comprehended to exist.
Say it again. Say it again. Hold on, Landon. Say it again. We'll slow it down. You can have A without B. A is true, and B is false. Hold on. A is true, B is false. I'm telling you, A is what I meant by existence. Doesn't mean I'm including B. I'm excluding them.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my gosh, is this that hard?
I don't even think you're tracking. When you said when you said A is the definition of existence, and then you say B is the definition of existence.
Never said that.
Or C is the definition of existence, and then you're saying A doesn't require B, or B doesn't require A, or C doesn't require B or A.
You can have one without the others.
Yeah, so again, your definition could be
not how I meant it. Here we go. Your comprehension misinterpreted what I'm saying. Is that the conception?
Right now?
Okay, wait, I'm being called back now. So what's happening?
Landon's saying that
Scooter, I'm talking to Patrick. I'll let you
my name was called.
He's misrepresenting the
full I'm like a god. I'm like a god that look. I'm like a god that's called in prayer, right? So whoever calls my name gets my judgment. And I heard Landon call my name. So just for the quick time being, I just want to hear what Landon has to say. Just quick.
In this clip, he gives like his first definition. He's like, what I mean by existence is things that are that can physically exist, or things that can be comprehended to exist, or some epistemic justification or something. I forgot the third one. That's not useful.
Okay. So
he's saying that you can have the first definition without the B or C, or you can have the second definition, which would be B, without A or C, or you can have C without the B or A. But he's saying that these aren't different.
But they aren't. Okay. Well, quick question to Scooter.
Okay.
Can you have, let's say, A and B be true simultaneously in I guess your qualifiers for existence to hold, or can it only be one at a time?
I didn't mean them inclusively, no. And I already said that, if you have A and B, they're different. I've said it many times.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, Landon, then it would be for his qualifiers to say that something exists. Then I think when he was saying the same, the way I'm interpreting it, and maybe you can correct me, but I just take it to mean that he's saying that for the qualifiers of existence, to say something exists, it could have the first qualifier and doesn't have the other two. It could have the second qualifier and doesn't need the other two. Or it could have the third qualifier and doesn't have the other two.
Right.
And so therefore, I think that would be
he's saying that the qualifiers aren't different.
Oh my gosh, how many times do I have to tell the dude they're different?
So they are. Okay, that's the whole
Just because,
point. And
dude,
there's
you're missing it. Just because they're
Okay.
different does not mean I'm including them of the same. Holy fucking
my
shit.
God, dude. They're different definitions, correct?
We
Oh, wait, I
understand
see
that.
I
Yeah,
see the
he's
confusion.
misunderstanding.
Okay. You said they're
Oh my
not
There,
different
there's
definitions.
there's a very iffy bitty small little miscommunication occurring here. It's really small, not a big deal. All it is just okay. Len, it's like if I told you I have three things which I say, or I'm not just basically if I have two things, right, or two qualifiers for something. If I said for something to be good, it could either make me happy or, and I guess, or it fucking makes Scooter cry. I don't know, man, right? Like anything.
Right.
And so if it is the case that Scooter cries and I'm not happy, the thing's still good. If it is the case that it makes me happy and Scooter doesn't cry, it's still good. And then you're like, and then if I go, it's the same. Maybe it's a misspeak on my part, maybe not. But it would just be more so that these are the same with reference to. They have the same weight when dictating what
he wasn't
counts as
saying
good.
they were the same weight though. He was saying
Well,
that
then,
they're the same. Like A is A. He was saying it's the exact same thing as in proposition wise.
then it was then I guess it was just a misspeak. I guess I don't know. I think it's a.
Well,
I
I
guess
tried
that's it.
clarifying and saying, are they different definitions? And he 20 minutes ago said no.
No, this is Landon misconstruing
Scooter,
again. So,
Well, how about this?
here's the thing. But he's just
solution.
that's just what he's doing. Hold on, and I'm Landon. You
No.
explain your side. So let me explain
Wait,
my side.
no,
Like,
you're not
what is your
explaining your
issue with
side, you're
that?
explaining what
This
I'm
is why
doing.
you're incoherent, and that's why we
I'm
keep having.
incoherent, right.
Yes,
Are they-
Landon.
you
This is
just
why
said they
we
weren't
keep
different
having. This is why we keep having. Okay, these conversations on clarification because I go silent and let you give like your side. I never said, listen. If I make a statement, we'll go through it because no, I never said they're the same. I did not say A equals A.
You said they're not different definitions. That's what you said.
No, I said they're not going to be. No, listen.
Scooter,
Okay, this is
gaslighting
why.
is terrible.
No, you're not understanding and allowing me to speak. That's why you keep getting confused, and this is why you keep doing clips to where you're being incoherent. Okay. So just fucking let me explain. Yes.
My audio's not even in
Landon,
there.
let me explain my view. Go silent. I've been muted 5 times. Can you mute yourself? Holy fucking shit. No, what I meant by existence in the physical world is fundamentally different than comprehension. Those are two different standards, okay? So A, B, and C is what we have here. I'm holding them all of equal weight. They're not inclusive of one another, okay? Is that clear to you? So I never said that if something exists in the physical world, that means the same as comprehending it in the physical world. I never made that claim. I never said A equals A. Bro, this is what you do. You take what I say, you construe it in a way,
you're done
you comprehend it. No, I'm not.
All right. So, Patrick, I didn't even want to bring this up, but I was just showing him a clip where he did say comprehended because he said he never said that. That's all I wanted to do. But then right after he said they're not different definitions. And
I understand. How about okay? I have a very simple resolution to pass between. We'll call this the Landon Scooter resolution of December 17th, Sunday, 2023. Okay, this is the proposed resolution. I think both parties can agree to this resolution. Okay, this is the resolution. Okay, listen. There is a meta disagreement occurring. This is so incredibly meta that you guys are debating whether or not there was a miscommunication. I want that to sink in for both of you. You're debating if there is a miscommunication. So how about this? This is the resolution. That Landon, you simply believe that he misspoke. Scooter, you believe that you did not misspeak, and we move on. I'm sorry. This is like
yeah.
You got no, like this is you've got it. Like this is you guys are debating over whether or not.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Just think that the other person's wrong and move on. Like this is such a miss. This is such a
Patrick. The only reason I posted that clip is because he said he never said the word comprehended. And that's why I posted that clip. I didn't want to get back into this.
I understand that.
He wants to do this again.
I understand that. I get it. Right. And you know what? Like if I just think this is so minor and small to what this stemmed from.
I agree.
I think it's in everyone's best. I think it's within everyone's best interest that for you, we'll just say that Scooter is a dumb fat idiot, and Scooter misspeaks all the time. And Scooter, you can say that Landon is a big fat idiot, and Landon is gaslighting people, and we'll leave it at that. We will. That is it. There is no resolution. We'll just. Does that sound good? Is that a good resolution that we could sit on? That
Yeah, that's fine.
Scooter got it. Perfect. Okay, so you guys can go back to it. I'm making myself a very nice pasta bake right now, and I'm not really concerned about this too much.
Sure.
This shit tastes good as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Chicken and bacon, guys. That's the way to go. This shit rocks, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, add some ranch to it. It'll taste even better.
Okay, can we ban this person? Can we drop a ban, please? Anyone who has like ban perms, can you ban the person that just recommended adding ranch to this chicken pasta bake? Anyone, please?
Like, wait, what did I do?
Anyone can drop a ban. That'd be really nice. Appreciate it, guys.
I got so scared. I'm like, wait, what did I do? Wait, you don't like you like chicken and bacon, but you don't want to add ranch to it? Wait, what is it? Is it just chicken and bacon?
Wait, yeah, no, it's chicken, bacon, pasta, like parsley. How about this? We could work backwards. Okay, we can find a thing that Scooter and Landon agree on. Here, Scooter and Landon. Do we agree that this person that just recommended that we should add ranch to my chicken pasta bake should be banned?
Butter's pizza.
Yeah.
Chicken
Can
bacon.
we agree?
All right, I just did it.
No, you actually
No, I just disconnected her.
Wait, which position's Landon taking?
No, we're agreeing.
Wow.
Scooter, we're agreeing that
I'm unconvinced.
You're
That's
unconvinced.
incredibly
I thought you were
That's
talking
so
about
real.
pizza. I'm sorry. I didn't know what you were talking about. You said chicken and bacon. I automatically assumed pizza, and like y'all just. I guess like.
It's true. That's funny. What position is Landon taking? Oh my god, bro.
But yeah, I just wanted to be included because like I've been like trying to find a live or something to chill on, trying to find something to like interact with, but ain't nobody doing nothing today. So it's like I'm so fucking bored. I just want to like talk to people. Damn. Then I got fetally ejected out of the fucking chat.
I could do it again.
No, don't.
Also, wait. Quick
Okay,
question, Scooter. What were just to help out? I mean, everyone a little bit. What was of the three conditions or qualifiers for existence for you? Can you just give me two of them? Any two? Oh, was he muted?
No, he's not muted.
Scooter. Okay.
Scoot,
Fine.
why aren't you talking?
Little Scoot, come on, please.
Maybe he walked away from his phone. He's not even muted though. That's weird. Scooter, are you mad at Lexi? Because I said to add ranch.
Scooter has a crush on Lexi?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe. I doubt it.
You are a pod.
I am the server's pod. Not deny, will not deny. I don't want to be at work anymore. Can somebody like call in a bomb threat?
Yeah,
I could do that. I do that all the time.
What's your work's number?
I'm actually scared, so I can't do that now. You're like, I do not doubt you guys' capabilities of doing that shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. Can I debate someone on substance and not just like the radical bullshit?
Yeah, sure. Wait. Well, quickly. I just want to clear something up. Scooter. Let's say we have something that has two conditions or two qualifiers of yours for existence. Would you say that thing, exists or meets the qualifiers they exist?
See, I didn't mean like those to be qualifiers. I just meant like I just meant within the definition of existence. So I was like under the second conditional comprehend is I'm just clarifying what I meant. So the only condition is for it to exist in accordance with reality, which is what I mean by physical.
What would it mean for something to exist?
To have sufficient enough evidence to suggest that this can be a degree of probability. For
something to exist, it would be dependent upon our evidence we have for it?
No, so in accordance with the reality if something exists, then therefore we can apply like a probability principle.
No. Okay, I get that, but when I'm asking, like, what does it mean? Like, what does it mean for something to exist? Like, what does that mean when you say something exists?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I see. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like saying, well, if cars don't exist, well, someone has a degree of probability of being hit by a car. I wouldn't even know what that means because we couldn't even comprehend like what a car actually is.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm asking, like, if someone asked you and go, hey, what does it mean for something to, like, when I say, not when I say, but if someone was to claim that rocks exist, and they're not saying in the sense that they hold justification for the fact or for the claim, they're just saying, like, as like, I guess in a way, as an attribute of the thing. If
Yeah,
we're saying there's something not exists or exists.
Here, this is what I'm saying.
Exists?
I'm just gonna say like the degree of probability without existence is gonna hold like a 0. That's why I lean to there needs to be sufficient justification. It's like if we're in, it's like this. This is how I view it. If we're in like 100 BC, okay, and we don't even like no cars are around, like we're not even gonna be able to have this conversation. It's gonna be uncomprehendable. So it's someone like randomly, I don't know, somehow construe together, well, I think there's a 60% probability of someone being hit by a car. Well, that would be impossible for them to even make the proposition or probability statement because they couldn't comprehend what a car is.
I get that. But I'm asking you, outside of the context that you had earlier in the little video clip, or I didn't see it yet, but
yeah,
I'm with, like, I'm saying, I guess to clarify, because this seems like justification, or sorry, evidence in the sense of when guiding reasons, right? Like if we're saying, like, oh, like, for it to say exists, it has to meet these, like, these conditions for us to move from saying that, to feel or to be justified, right? Or even whether it be public or private justification insofar as saying that it exists. I'm asking you, right, before we even get to saying, what's enough evidence to make the claim, or at what point do we draw that there's a threshold of probability? I'm asking you, at least in a metaphysical sense.
Yeah. Got you. Yeah. Like in a metaphysical sense, I'm saying the relation to. Okay, so I would say it like this in simple terms. So, in order for a probability of y to exist, there has to be relation to something else, like x. And without relation to something else, x, then therefore the probability of y is uncomprehendable. So it has to be in relation to x.
Do you think would you say that a rock has a probability to exist? Not on a conceptual schema, not on a conceptual schema, not on a schema of justification, not on a schema of reasons which guide our belief that this thing is, I guess we take would exist. That this thing, whether it be I hold it or whatever, it has a probability that it exists. Well, like inside of, like, in its own ontology, it's not like whether or not it actually. Because I'm trying to.
I get what you're saying. I get you. I get you. So
I'm trying to give you my definition of what it means for something to exist.
Yeah. So like under the framework of a rock, so we're saying rock is R. So rock is going to have a probability. Well, it does exist. I don't even know if there would be a probability of a rock.
Yeah. But what does it mean to say it does exist? Like, I don't.
Yeah, because it exists in relation to age, which is going to be humans. So rocks exist in relation to humans acknowledging existence. So it's going to be comprehensible to understand like the ontology of a rock. So therefore, because we can understand the ontology of a rock, and therefore in relation to our existence and our mind, we can rationalize what it means for the concept of a rock. Right.
You're answering my question, but on a different playing field, and so like I'm trying to think about it. Like, for example, okay, when someone was to ask me what it means for something to exist, right, and they say not on a conceptual scheme, because this still seems to be on a scheme of conceptualization or on reasons which would guide us to say that I know that it exists, right? What I'm meaning it insofar as that if someone said, what does it mean for something to exist? Not in the schemas, but more in a, I guess you can call it, I guess it'd be both a ontological and metaphysical setting, but they'd be just the same definition. And it would be, to exist is to be the case, and to not exist is to not be, right? Or not be the case, or just not, So in ways we would say that we would say maybe a unicorn exists, but that would be, if I'm thinking of a unicorn, it exists conceptually. Oh, unicorns exist because, but on paper, because I wrote down the word unicorn, or a unicorn exists, in some sort of physical manner with respect to like a literal unicorn, like one that you could, So, when I say existence, like, is the case or is not the case, or sorry, is the case and non-existence is to not be the case or to not be. What, like, that's what I'm asking you. Like, for you, would you hold that same definition, or are you holding something? Because this is out of pure curiosity.
Yeah, I think we can hold that. So, like, if we're just saying like something ontology exists because of like the physical properties of one's existence, and like, let's, under my view, if like we didn't know that something exists and it does exist, well, it's still going to be relation to our understanding or comprehension. So I think it just takes the meaning of the ontology out of the equation if like this is not going to be determined or thought of. And I don't even think if we can have determining elements on like a rock or whatever you want to apply, then therefore the meaning of that's just going to be like irrelevant. We're not even going to be able to develop like a degree of probability on something we haven't even like comprehended.
I
Absent of
agree.
the physical. That's my argument here.
Oh.
So if we can't even comprehend the existence of the ontology of said thing, then therefore if we can't even understand the physical properties and ontology of the essence of the nature of the thing being talked about, then therefore it's going to be uncomprehendable to make a probability claim.
I understand that, but I'm not. I think this conversation is for another time, because I think maybe I'm just not formulating the question well. I think I'm leaving the question open enough to where you are answering it, but like not like you're not.
Yeah, I think you would agree, but well, if you want to be
I know
more
what you're
concise,
saying.
I know I want to
what
have
you're
this
saying.
conversation because I think we're ultimately going to end up agreeing here. Like the claim is like, I don't know what it means to make a probability principle on an ontology or the physical thing that we're referring to. And if we can't even comprehend this thing we're referring to, then therefore we can't even make a probability principle. That seems incoherent. That seems uncomprehendable. I don't think this could be rationalized, is the argument. So it's like I said, 100 BC, as someone makes a claim, oh, there's a 60% chance someone's going to get hit by a car. Well, that statement can't even be formulated because they don't even have the comprehensions or rationality to understand a car.
I agree. I agree that yes, you wouldn't be able to develop any, like you wouldn't be able to even conduct. I agree. Yes, but it's more so like here, and don't want to investigate this anymore at the moment. But it's more so like when they say, when the caveman or whoever, says, "Oh, well, I don't even know." I wouldn't like, or not the caveman. But we look and we say, "Oh yeah, the caveman wouldn't even know. We can't even develop a chance. They couldn't develop a probable figure. They couldn't even begin to, even theorize about a car, because car, I guess in this instance, or I guess whatever. It was like a car doesn't exist. I keep hearing the word, and I'm like, okay, well, I know when I say exists. All right, I just mean, that a thing really, like, is the case in some manifold, whether it be conceptually, physically, really any manifold. It is the case, or it is, and at a certain point, that is going to become primitive. Like, I think obviously you're going to, like, I think, same sort of runs with truth. I think you could sort of run it similar, but it's going to become pretty primitive at a certain point.
Yeah, I got you. But like, imagine that, like the caveman made up, like, they couldn't even comprehend the claim. But around the caveman time, they can't even comprehend like a car. They can't comprehend it. So the degree of probability would be 0. It's not going to be formulated. It can't be theoretically constructed.
I agree. I'm just
so
saying,
if the
like I said,
probability, if we agree that it's 0, then therefore hypothesizing without a relation to this thing we can't even comprehend, then therefore, yeah, it's going to be unprobable. We're not going to be able to reduce it down to a probability statement.
I agree, and that's, but like I said, I'm not. I agree. Yes, like I think this is all going to flow from understanding existence is what it is in of itself, or what, even then, like itself, because that's what, it's not. It's like the way we would attribute, like, say this thing exists, not insofar as much as there's a probability that we can theorize upon it, that we can conceptualize, hypothesize, whatever it may be. I'm just meaning it in brute terms, whether or not we even know the thing when we say that it exists, right? what would that statement mean? What we say it exists. I'm saying we would just mean to say that this thing is the case, and some manifold, it is the case or it is. Right?
Yeah, that's why
sort
I'm
of like how people say.
Yeah, that's why I'm
like how
hoping
people
you
say existence
understand like my
is.
counters there. That's why it's like incomprehensible to me, because if we're saying a soul can exist without embodying, or yeah, if a soul fuck, I'm tired. So if a soul can exist without the embodiment of like a body, well, I don't even know what that means. And because it's incomprehensible, and because I'm not trying to get back into that, I'm just showing you my reasoning.
No, I get it.
Yeah. I'm just saying that I don't think this is comprehensible. I don't think we understand completely what a soul is. I don't think we can, create probability principles on something that seems to be uncomprehendable to like a human mind. And with that context, if we cannot comprehend what it fully means to have a soul, and we have all these kind of disagreements, well, then therefore the degree of probability is going to be something unrelation to the human mind. So therefore, degree of probability principle is going to be 0, which is just going to negate the probability element within the stance. Unless we have some kind of warranted evidence here, then the degree of probability is justified to be 0, because we fully haven't comprehended the issue. We don't even know what it means for a soul to exist without an embodiment of a body. So that's kind of the view.
Yeah. I think this view is basically entirely compatible with mine. But this would note like how this seems like a conceptual notice on understanding and being able to comprehend, or just listen on understanding comprehension, right? Just and from drawing it from statements like saying the soul exists, right? And given that statement is only statement alone, and there's no further context, then the chance, even I don't know how you even begin to draw some sort of number, but yeah, I agree that obviously we can just say it, I guess, in a fact without having to spit a number. I think it's pretty, and I like using the term because I hate how people use it, but I think it's a poor use of the time. But it's pretty intuitively understandable to say, there's a low chance or low probability someone knows what I'm saying. I say, rock exists, or if I make it synonymous, I just say a rock is, right. Obviously, but like I said, this seems to be more into the notice of conceptual markings for understanding and comprehension, which I agree.
Yeah, I think you get it, but we could go further with that. So, we can even apply, we have that agreement, but we can even apply, okay, well, if this thing exists, let's look at the ontology of it. So what in the makeup is going to be the functionality of said, object? So let's say that we can rationalize and comprehend what a car is, and we come to all the physical elements and ontology of a car, and then we agree with all those principles. But however, the car lacks the functionality of being able to move, okay? Sure. So it can't move. Every single car we can comprehend doesn't have the functionality of moving. So therefore, I don't think we could create or comprehend if someone made a statement, well, someone could be hit by a moving car, right? Because it lacks the functionality of moving. So I think the degree of probability principle, although the existence, is going to be uncomprehendable to even make a claim that someone could be hit by a moving car.
Okay. Well, yeah, yeah.
So it would have to explain the functionality of the soul, right? That's the point.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know if you're saying functionality insofar as telos or some proper end which it tends towards, but I mean, yeah, I think obviously I would agree. This would just get into like obviously we're just saying that given that we have these set principles for understanding what a car is, we have never encountered the idea of, we just know we know that a car doesn't move. That's one of its properties. Say that it's a moving car would obviously pose some contradiction, and so therefore our understanding would be to either accept that and say okay, well, I guess a car, we have to either modify the definition of a car, or we just say that this thing is not a car. And so therefore to say that it's a moving car, that's not allowed. And so obviously the understanding or the conceptualization would be non-existent, or at least logically non-existent. But
but if you agree on the function that, well, our understanding of cars is they hold the functionality of being able to move, now we can assert a degree of probability, because now if someone makes a claim, well, a human can be hit by a car. Well, we understand and conceptualize, well, cars can move. So therefore, there has to be some degree of probability that a moving car can actually hit a person. However, the functionality has to be explained within the ontology of said object we are referring to. So the soul, the function of the soul, existing without a body has to show a function, and this function has to be explained. One, to prove the probability of said outcome,
Well,
because without the functionality, it would be zero.
See, I don't know about that. Wait. We say there has to be a function.
Yeah, the functionality has to be in accordance to relation to the probability.
In accordance to relation to the probability. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, so like if we have the car and then the function of a car is to move, then therefore in relation to a moving car and the ontology of the car, we can now ascribe in relation to humans a probability principle, like a statement that a moving car can possibly run over someone. Now we can assert a probability principle.
Okay.
Because the function of the car can move, but if we assume the opposite and the function of a car cannot move, then therefore there's going to be a 0 degree of probability if someone makes a statement of, people can be hit by moving cars.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that's not obvious. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying with the soul thing. So with the function of a soul, right? So I'm making so if we're talking about the soul here, then the functionality of the soul existing without the body has to be warranted, because in absent of that function, I would view it to be a 0 degree of probability, because that function hasn't been proven. We prove the functionality of the car. We can observe the ontology of the car. We can show the car moving. We have evidence of this.
I think my confusion is just stemming from the usage of the word function, because when you say it's in relation to the accordance of probability, I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, what I mean function is just like an output of the ontology of said thing. So,
output of the ontology. Are you just saying just like a something the thing can do? Like it's
just an output.
Okay, yeah, no, then sure.
So that output has to be explained to prove the probability, because without that output, the probability is 0. So with the soul, the output has to exist without the body.
Yeah, of all the possible things this thing can do, or
we would take that into consideration.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I guess it's just the usage, like the specific language of the term function. I guess it's just a little unconventional, and so
so that's what I got you. That's what I'm saying. The output of the soul existing without relation to a body. I need warranted information there in the concept of a soul. Because without that warranted function of a soul existing without a body, there's a 0 degree probability within that view.
You just need to know what a soul is. So when you know what a soul is, you know how it relates to, I guess, it not being connected to the body or related to the body in some sort of strict manner. Therefore, you get a more coherent view.
Yeah, and then if that soul can function, if that soul can have an output that is going to be separate from being embodied, then therefore this would equate to a degree of probability.
I think me personally, this is a little unrelated, but personally, I would maybe try to look for another way to describe this without using the term of function, because that's gonna cause a lot of confusion. Because you don't have to, obviously, but just
like as like a clarification,
just for like unasked for advice, because I mean, the second you say function, I'm thinking of telos. I'm thinking of some with respect to some proper like a proper end with the things tend towards, like how in the Aquinian view, how they posit to be a function or telos. And so sort of somehow how Aristotle poses a telos, or a proper end which things tend towards.
I got you. I'm looking at that. I could see how that. I guess I don't know. I consider that to be like the outputs or what it's intended for.
Yeah. So see, exactly, like the intent. Like see, that's where the confusion, because when people speak on metaphysics or even that of specific this way, I guess specifically on ontology, right? The way that they pose it, they will say that when they say function, right? And this is how most people in Phil or fill spaces academically, we'll use the term. They're literally saying that this thing is meant to, in some effect, it is meant to be operate like this or tend towards this end, and if it doesn't, it's not tending towards what it's like literal ontology is. Like, for example, Aquinas would say that a human's function or proper end is to spread its seed, right?